let us see another process, that is an extrusion. So extrusion, the components, if you see in a slide, you have seen those components. Even the frame of your sliding window, if you have seen, those aluminum frames are made by this extrusion process. So it is a compression process in which molten metal is forced to flow through a small opening, which is called die, to produce a required cross-sectional shape of the material. So it is a similar process like squeezing your toothpaste, and the extrude will be come in a form of your cream. So this can be called as an extrusion process. So in the same manner it works. So here extrusion process are of two types. One is an direct extrusion and another is an indirect extrusion. So direct extrusion is also called as an forward extrusion. So you can see the figure here, two forward extrusion process has been seen. So in this one figure you will get output as an solid shaft, and here you will getting an output as an hollow shaft, but the concept in both cases is same. Only in this case ram is attached with a shaft further, so that due to this shaft only you get a hollow shape, and in this case there will be a no shaft, so here you will get an output as a solid shaft. So this is called as an chamber or a container. This is the ram, and this is the red hot billet will be kept, and this is the final shape of your workpiece, and this is called as an die. So die is a very hard material which comes off an tungsten carbide, because after working of a number of times there might be chances of an wearing of this die. So tungsten carbide has a very good wear resistant property. So you may think that why they have not directly make a chamber of a same material, they have made only a die of an hard material, because due to wear you need to change this die a number of times. So instead of changing the whole chamber or the container, you can just change a small part of the die and you can replace it with another new one, and again you will get a well process of an extrusion. Because if it gets wear, it will affect its dimensional properties. So once it gets wear, you need to replace it with another die. So this die part is kept as a flexible one. So a billet is heated to its forging temperature and feed into the machine chamber. Pressure is applied on a billet with the help of a plunger, due to which it's force the billet through die, and extruded part will generate, whose length depends upon the volume of fillet and cross-sectional area of the die. So as ram approaches the die, small portion of billet remains, which is called as an butt. So when this when it comes to this position, there will be a small, in this small area metal will remain, that is called as an butt. So when billet is forced to flow through the die opening, there is a friction between the workpiece and chamber walls. So this friction may reduce by providing an additional ram force or by providing an oxide layer to its inner side of a chamber. It is also used to produce an hollow section. So these are the cross section of your workpiece. That is, it might be a circular, square, or C type, or some this kind of a shape. Let us see the another process, that is in backward extrusion. So in backward extrusion, you will find out that the plunger used is a hollow one, and as it presses the billet against the back wall of your closed chamber, the metal is extruded backward into the plunger. So due to it, what happens? It involves no friction between the billet and the chamber force, required less compared to the forward one. So for that reason, where you required a very less amount of force to be required, then we can use an indirect extrusion process, where the flow of material will be always towards the backward side. So it is called as an backward extrusion. And if you want an hollow section in hollow part to be made in indirect extrusion, so you need to provide a plunger in this way, and whatever the thickness of your pipe will be there or job will be there, that gap should be kept between your container and the ram, and you will get output as an circular cross sectional. So what is an first advantages of this indirect extrusion is that it requires a very less force, as it flows a material in backward direction, and there is an absence of or very less amount of friction is generated. So let us see the analysis of an extrusion process. Here this is a figure you can see. From this point to this point we call it as an L, that is an remaining billet length. This is the initial diameter of the billet. This is the final diameter of your work extruded part. So the reduction or extrusion ratio can be given as an initial area, that is pi by 4 d square, to the ratio of final area, that is final area will be what then? Pi by 4 df square, as you consider this as a circular cross section. If it is a square, then again the area will be side square. Now true strain E is equal to ln ratio of initial area upon final area. Average flow stress will be, again here you have to use the average flow stress, which is equal to K e raised to n upon n plus 1, as the force is applied or material is deforming gradually. Then pressure applied by ram to compress the billet for an ideal condition. So ideal condition means what? There will be no friction will be generated between the billet and your container. So in that case the pressure will be average flow stress into E, that is strain, true strain. For actual condition, that is in practical, always there will be a friction between the billet and the container. So at that time what will be the pressure? It will be a SF into flow stress, average flow stress into Ex plus 2L upon Di. So where SF will be the shape factor, and so which will be a value of n1 in case of an circular cross section. So you will be having a numerical related to circular cross section only. So you have to remember that in case of an extrusion, SF will be always 1, and Ex is an extrusion strain, which is given as an A plus B ln of an Re. So A and B are the constant, which you can take this as an 0.8 and B is equal to 1.2 to 1.5. So it is a material constant, you can take these values. Then ram force is, again force is pressure into area in this case. So area will be the initial area you have to take, as the pressure is applied on initial area. So area will be, in this case, will be pi by 4 di square. Power to drive ram, so power will be equal to force into ram velocity, that will be given to you. So in next slide you can see a numerical. A billet of 25 mm diameter and 75 mm length is to be extruded. It has extrusion ratio of 4. The extruded has a round cross section. The work metal has flow curve defined by K is equal to 415 megapascal and N is equal to 0.18. Determine the pressure applied to the end of billet at L is equal to 75, then 50, 25 and 0 mm. As the RAM moves forward, take A is equal to 0.8 and B is equal to 1.5 for the Johnson's equation. So it is called also, AX is also called as an Johnson's equation, or you can call it as an extrusion strain, and it is given by a Johnson equation. So here what they have asked to find out, you have to find out the pressure when the length is become first as an 75 mm. Afterwards, when you apply a pressure, the length will be going to be decreased, and to some extent the size will, this L will become 50. So at that 50, what will be the pressure on the RAM? Again further, when you move the RAM towards the right side, the value from 50 it will become 25. So at this 25, what will be the pressure on that RAM? Further again, when you move, there will be a 0 length, and at that 0 length, what will be the pressure? So you have to consider the 4 cases, and along this, using the 4 cases, you have to find out the pressure for one when L was 75, then the pressure when L is 50, then pressure when L is 25, and then pressure when L is 0. Once you understand this concept, then formula are known to us. You have to remember this formula. So true strain is what? E is equal to ln, that is Re. So it is a ratio of an AI upon AF. So here the values come 1.3863. Average flow stress will be K e raised to n upon n plus 1. You put the values. K is given, E is, we have find out, value of n is known to us. So 672.992 megapascal. Pressure applied on a RAM. So in this case it is an direct extrusion. For direct extrusion, the pressure will be equal to SF into average flow stress into AX plus 2L upon DI. So if it was indirect extrusion, then the formula will become, find out pressure is what? SF into average flow stress into AX. At that time there is no need to consider 2L upon DI. So average flow stress value we have find out. This SF we have to take as an 1 for circular cross section. EX you need to find out. EX is A plus B ln of Re, which is equal to 2.8794. L is n, so in this case you keep L as an 75. So this is the first condition. So when L is 75, what will be the pressure? Then Di will be what? Pi by 4 Di square. Initial diameter is 25. So find out the values. So it comes 3311.95 megapascal. So what will be the pressure? Now this is the pressure when L is 75. Now what will be the pressure when L is 50? So in the same equation, put the value of L as an 50 and find out the answer. So it comes 2565.9659. Then again third condition is what? What is the pressure when L is 25? So again you keep L as an 25 here and find out the pressure. So pressure is 1819.981 megapascal. Then what is the pressure when billet length is 0? So you keep this L as an 0 and find out the answer. So when L is 0, pressure will be 103773.995. So here you will find out that as the billet length is more, more pressure is required. So as the billet length goes on decreasing, even the pressure to be applied on that billet is going on decreasing. Okay, so this was all related to the extrusion. A numerical will be given to you as an assignment. Thank you.